Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Paiton Girl and welcome back to my channel. So if you can tell by the title of this video, obviously some things need to be addressed. But before we get into it, make sure that first y'all like, you comment, and you hit that red subscribe button down below because you do not want to miss when I post new content every Friday for y'all. I'm going to make this video very cute and short and sweet. Alright, straight to the point. I just sometimes don't understand people's feelings of jealousy. Okay, sometimes I don't get it. Is jealousy even an emotion, or is it an emotion? Is jealousy more of an action? So I felt like we need to talk about it. Let's have this discussion. I was watching a podcast this week. I will try to insert exactly what podcast I was watching down below. They were discussing a whole bunch of different topics, related to relationships in specific. And one of the topics that came up was jealousy. And they were trying to debate if basically jealousy was a good feeling and emotion to feel, or if it was a negative and bad emotion and feeling to feel. And I felt like, this would be a great topic for me to add my input. Now, disclaimer, I am not a relationship expert. I am not a psychologist, therapist, any of that. So I would say do not take everything I'm saying completely for what it is. I am a human being, and some of the things that I feel and say could be completely wrong. It's all up to interpretation, and let me know how you feel about the topic as well. Here is how I feel about jealousy. I feel like most times when we talk about jealousy, it's kind of in a more negative light, a negative connotation, which is completely understandable. A lot of times when we think about jealousy and jealous actions, it is perceived to be more negative. So when you say, oh my gosh, you're so jealous of me, most people, when they say that, they're thinking of it negatively. They're not saying, oh my gosh, you're so jealous of me, like in a happy tone or like an exciting type of way. But in the podcast, I realized that maybe jealousy can be seen in a more positive lighting, because one of the men on the panel was arguing that he actually enjoys feeling these emotions of jealousy. He says that it actually pushes him forward in life, and it encourages him to feel really great about himself and look at other people and say, wow, they're doing that, I feel jealous, now let me go and try to be better in my life as well. And is your jealousy more on the negative side of, oh my gosh, like, why don't I have that? I'm so upset, I'm so mad. Or is it more on the positive side of, oh my gosh, why don't I have that? Let me go work harder, get me a better job, make more money. I kind of think that when it comes to jealousy, it all just depends on the person and how they perceive jealousy and how they act on their jealousy. So I feel like jealousy in itself is not an action. I feel like jealousy is an emotion. It's a feeling. Because when you act on that jealousy, it doesn't always have to be negative, right? We don't always have to look at somebody and want to punch them in the face because they have a better car than we do. We don't always have to look at somebody and want to spew out negativity and hate and comment bad things about them just because they're in a relationship and we're single. We can choose to instead take that jealousy and put it somewhere positive. This leads me to another idea though about jealousy. So when we think about jealousy, like I said, it's seen in more of a negative light. So is jealousy kind of just a reflection of us being insecure? Because why are we even jealous in the first place? Like, why should we care? Why would we care about what other people have going on in their lives? Are we jealous because we don't feel good about ourselves? Are we insecure about not having the greatest home, about not having the greatest relationship, about not having the nicest clothes? Are we worried that we aren't the best person in the room? Are we feeling lowly about ourselves? Do we have low self-esteem because we're jealous of people? Or can you be jealous of someone and still have high self-esteem? Can you still have high self-efficacy? Can you still feel amazing about yourself and think that you are the baddest person in the room, yet you still are jealous of Beyonce and her relationship and her success? I really don't think that there's a right answer or truly a wrong answer. I think that jealousy can go either way. I think that you can definitely become insecure the more jealous you are of people, because I think that if you spend too much time on jealousy, you can become obsessed with the jealousy and become obsessed with the people around you and what they're doing, and then you'll spend too much time in their lives and in their futures rather than focusing on your own life and your own future. I think jealousy is one of those factors that can definitely make or break a relationship. I do know though that some people argue if you do not feel some type of way, you know, about the person that you're in a relationship with, when you see them talking to somebody else, like if you do not feel jealous that your partner is talking to another person or is friends with a person of the opposite sex, if you are not jealous of that, you probably don't like them for real. And I'm not sure if that's factual or not. There might be another person that you're not exactly jealous of and you're completely fine with them being cool with them. I don't know. I think everyone in their situation is completely different. But I've heard a lot of people say that before. That if you're not feeling jealous in your relationship, there's probably something wrong. You probably don't love them enough because you're not jealous. I don't know. Something to think about. Another thing I used to hear growing up when I was younger, not sure if you guys heard this, I think it's a quote from Shakespeare of jealousy being a terrible thing that is basically the green-eyed monster. Definitely used to hear a lot of teachers say that a lot, that we shouldn't have jealousy in our hearts because it's a monster, like it's a terrible, terrible thing. And they put a lot of emphasis on how bad jealousy is. So maybe jealousy really is one of those bad feelings that we should never feel, like anger and hatred and envy. Overall, I think that jealousy is just one of those feelings that can cause other feelings to occur. Like jealousy can cause you to be mad. Jealousy can cause you to be obsessed. Jealousy can also cause you to be driven, and jealousy can also cause you to be inspired or even aspired. But that is the end of this video. I just kind of wanted to go into a deep, interesting talk with you guys and get your mind and brains thinking about this while I watched this podcast and I thought about it as well. And I will catch y'all in my next video. Bye!